Yo, what is good, YouTube? And in this video, I'm going to discuss some of the mechanics that NBA 2K23 doesn't really tell you how to do in the game. They actually add a lot of strategy, a lot of depth, and a lot of different ways to cook your defender in the game, but they don't actually tell you that these mechanics are possible in the game. So these range from, things like push-off counters, new triple threat launches that are explosive and deceptive, and different types of combos that you can use in the game that you did not know were actually possible in NBA 2K23. And just a quick disclaimer that some of these are very tough to execute, might not be actually worthwhile to do in the game because of the difficulty of the execution, but nonetheless, knowing these will help your game out in NBA 2K23. And our first move is the push-off counters, which you can see right here. So if you have a defender playing you tight, you can actually push off your defender if you are in a ride animation by quickly tapping L2 as you are moving forward. This is a good clamp breaker animation, so anybody with clamp breaker at the Hall of Fame level, this will definitely benefit you if they decide to crowd you out. By playing tight defense, it will give you space to launch it to a wide open jump shot or even a slightly contested one. The clamp breaker badge is important, but also strength and the ability to quickly move out of this, recognize the space that's given to you right there, and hit a wide open jump shot if it's available to you. An alternative input to reach the same type of result is a right stick step back, which is done by tapping down on the right stick as you enter into the clamp animation. So you'll see the push off with the off arm right there and also initiate a step back animation. You don't actually need clamp breaker to execute this really well. So you can see right here, Derek White is able to generate space off of LeBron even though he doesn't have clamp breaker. Next is an update to one of my favorite techniques in NBA 2K22, which I showed in previous videos, but there's a wrinkle here. Now you want to hold L2 to protect the ball. Tap up on the right stick for a step over, then quickly double tap the right stick in any direction. In this direction here, I'm double tapping it to the right to initiate an escape jumper to the right. As you can see, it's a nice combo that can generate a lot of space if you set it up correctly. See with Steph right here, we initiate that nice escape jumper combo out of the protect the ball step over. Zach LaVine isn't able to respond, and we use Steph Curry's gold, space creator badge to add in the, help us to initiate that shot and execute perfectly. So again, experiment, in different directions in which you initiate the right stick input. You can do up and to the right, but this one's a bit difficult to execute in game just because, your defender needs to be overplaying you for this to be very effective. You can also execute this by holding the left stick in any direction and then holding square as you would initiate any escape jumper. But I wanted to show you the double tap method right here using the right stick. And this technique isn't necessarily specific to anybody's triple threat style. As long as your guy can execute this move, you'll be good. Next are some hidden right stick and left stick combos wherein the left stick input will actually mimic your right stick dribble moves, which are not possible in the game. So certain right stick moves can be comboed with left stick moves that turn the left stick input into a right stick dribble move. So as you can see here, I am comboing Steph's attack crossover with Sham God dribbles and your right stick step backs. So to execute the attack crossover Sham God combo, hold the left stick down and to the right after your right stick attack cross up and to the right. To execute the right stick step back after your attack cross, just hold the left stick down. So in transition, you can cancel a right stick moving crossover with a moving step back by holding the left stick down after initiating a right stick moving crossover, tapping the right stick up into the right or up into the left into your non-ball hand. You can interrupt that by holding the left stick down to combo that with your moving step back. Now check how we quickly cancel that right stick moving crossover animation into Steph's moving step back. So next is a follow-up to one of my earlier videos on secret launch combos out of the triple threat, but now we're going to the advanced moves. So you can launch into any signature size up animation out of the triple threat by, initiating a size up with the right stick and then quickly tapping the left stick up left or off right after any right stick input. Make sure that your execution is so quick that the two inputs overlap. So tap the right stick up right and then tap the left stick up left to initiate a crossover. Tap the right stick right and then tap the left stick up left very quickly to initiate a tween crossover, and then tap the right stick down right and the left stick up left to initiate a behind the back crossover. So try and practice this. This is the basic move, and getting this is important to moving on to our next more advanced combos. So in NBA 2K23, you can initiate any of your escape dribbles or attack crossover by using double tap inputs instead of just holding R2 and tapping the right stick in any direction. So with the live dribble, you can execute this also out of the triple threat by double tapping the right stick twice towards the same direction, but inserting a left stick input up left or up right in between the right stick inputs. Again, make sure that the right stick and left stick inputs overlap. So for example, for the triple threat tween escape, tap the right stick right, then quickly tap the left stick up left, and then tap the right stick right. Make sure that the inputs are in fast combination, almost overlapping. You can also combo into the attack crossover. Again, tap the right stick up right, tap the left stick up left, and then quickly tap the right stick up right, making sure once again that the inputs are, so fast in combination that they are overlapping in execution. These moves just give you more diversity in how you can launch and attack your defender from a triple threat position. As you can see right here, that move sends, our defender moving back, and then we quickly combo into different counters. Next are your switchback combos, which is done by tapping the right stick right to left or left to right to your ball hand or to your non-ball hand, which will give you this nice 2-dribble combo animation. Now to execute this again out of the triple threat, just insert that left stick input up left in between your right stick switchback inputs, to do this out of the triple threat and catch your defender off guard. So for example, to execute this nice triple threat switchback combo, tap the right stick left, then tap the left stick up left, then tap the right stick to the right in quick succession. So if you've got Donovan Mitchell, for example, who's got nice forward moving switchback combos, this is a great setup out of the triple threat to catch your defender moving backwards, give you that space, and then counter with your different step backs or step back jumpers. Just take a look at the forward pressure we give Kevon Looney right here, and then we combo into a step back for a wide open jump shot. Now you can also perform any of your right stick momentum dribble combos like the momentum crossover, behind the back launch, or pull back dribble, which are some of the best moves in NBA 2K23. Alright, now here is where it gets difficult because the combo is very difficult to execute. I have the inputs right there, the controller inputs are right there, but this is where you'll have to do some of the work. It's a feel thing, regardless of how I'm able to communicate this to you. Just try to get into the rhythm by practicing the basic moves first. As you can see right here, this move is very devastating because it will catch your defender off guard because they don't realize that you can execute this out of a triple threat. It'll get you to the basket, get you step back jumpers, and easy types of counters. Now this is probably the most difficult one, and even though this is very powerful, the behind the back launch out of the triple threat, there's actually an alternative to this, but if you got guys like Zach LaVine, for example, or Donovan Mitchell with really nice behind the back launches, these are some devastating combos that you can execute in game, use to get your defender leaning, and then counter with step backs, or even attack the basket if they give you enough space. So the inputs are double tapping the right stick down left, tapping the left stick up left in between twice, and then holding R2 on the second one and holding the left stick up left. So very complicated stuff, might not be worth it, but as you can see from these replays right here, if you got someone with a devastating behind the back launch, it will create an angle that your defender will have to close out on, and you can counter with a lot of different moves such as step back jumpers. So again, out of all the moves, this is probably the one that's least worth it, but I just wanted to show you that it's possible. But because there's an alternative that's much more easier to execute, I recommend just using this move right here. So tap the right stick to execute any jab step, hold R2 and tap the right stick down and away from the direction of your jab step to execute that behind the back launch out of that jab step position. This creates a lot of momentum moving the opposite direction and gets you to the basket. You can also execute a triple threat misdirection dribble combo, as you can see right here. It's a very nice combo to, catch your defender off guard, and people like to combo this by, using different, misdirection combos and then bursting out of them for quick counters. So that's really an excellent combo that you can use. And probably my favorite triple threat combo is the triple threat pull back dribble, which is done by tapping the right stick up right, tap the left stick up left, tap the right stick up right, and then hold the left stick down while holding turbo to execute that pull back dribble out of the triple threat position. So if you've played online, you've probably noticed that the pull back dribble is one of everyone's favorite moves because you can burst out of it or counter with a crossover. So that's really a great setup right there. And the last move I want to teach is the secret transition combo, which is done by tripling up on any crossover. Now the third crossover in this chain will automatically turn into an attack crossover or into an escape dribble crossover. So if you got guys like Zach Levine, who's got an excellent, escape dribble package, this is a great way to create space in transition or move in a different direction very quickly if you got a quick attack crossover like Paul George. And since you're able to execute an escape dribble on the move, which you cannot do any other way, you can now combo with your different left stick or right stick combos to do, sham gods, misdirection dribbles, different types of combos out of this. So the misdirection dribble is one of my favorite ones to do in transition. You just have to hold the left stick in the opposite direction of your right stick escape dribble crossover. So there you have it, some hidden mechanics and moves in NBA 2K23, that you might have known about or might not have known about. Either way, these have a place in the game. Now, I'm not going to show you how I use this a lot of times in the game because, you have to be creative yourself. And the best way really is to explore a style using these moves. Some of these moves are very difficult to execute, I'm not gonna lie. There are times when it's not going to be worth to try these out. But knowing that you can execute these in-game is always helpful to open up your creativity and see what you can do in NBA 2K23 to diversify your playstyle and add a little bit more sauce to your game.